Why do I need a budget? Why do I need a payday routine? Aren't budgets restrictive? Aren't they annoying? Don't budgets stop you from doing exactly what you want to do? Now, as someone who can't spend a single cent unless I've budgeted for it, I can tell you that I love doing my budget because it makes me feel like I'm in control of my money. And the reason why is that I can see exactly where my money is going. So in this video, what I'm gonna do is tell you exactly what I do every single payday. I'm gonna show you how I do my budget. So we're gonna do our budgeting together, and by the end of this I hope that you'll be encouraged to also do your budget. Hi guys, welcome back to the Shackles of Debt. My name is Tembi, and on this channel I talk about money and finances, and I also talk about life here in New Zealand. If this is your first time here, then welcome. It's nice to have you. If this isn't your first time here, then thank you so much for coming back. Today I'm going to be showing you how I budget my bi-weekly salary. When I get paid, the first thing I do is that I make sure that my payslip is correct. The reason why I do this is because as a nurse, my salary fluctuates from each pay cycle to each pay cycle. And the reason why this happens is because sometimes you get paid more if you work weekends, or you work overtime, or you do night shifts or late shifts. So in a particular pay period, I might do a couple of overtime shifts, and that has a different pay structure to if I did like an overtime shift in the middle of the week. So it fluctuates all the time, and I have to make sure that all of my hours add up. And actually, I recommend that everyone should look at their pay slips. The second thing I do on payday is that I review all of my spending from the previous 2 weeks. I add up all the numbers, and that's where I'm able to see if I had overspent or underspent based on my last budget. I use a Google Sheets spreadsheet, which I designed myself. It's very simple and it's very straightforward. If you would like a copy of this budget template that I use, then you can actually buy it on my Etsy store, and I will leave a link to that down below. So anyway, let's get into this budget. So I'm going to give you an overview of the budget first of all. At the top here, we've got projected monthly income, actual monthly income. So that's where you type in what you think you're going to earn from your first income. There's also a tab for any extra income. So if you have like any side hustles, if you do like any overtime, or any extra money that you project you're going to have that you're expecting. And then when you actually get paid, you put in exactly what you've got. And then on the right here, we've got our projected balance, so what we think we're going to get, and then your actual balance, which is what you actually earn, and then the difference between what you thought you were going to get and what you actually get. And then as we scroll further down here, we've then got our budget categories. So I try to break this down into as many different categories and subcategories as possible, because I feel like the more specific you are when it comes to your budgeting, the better. Well, I feel like that helps me anyway. So at the top here on the left, we've got our utilities, which includes things like electricity, your water, your internet. And then on the right here, we've got our entertainment budget. So things like alcohol and bars, movies, if you're planning on going to concerts. And then here we've got transportation. So your cars, your car payments, petrol, diesel, whether or not you use public transport. And then on the right here, we've got your debts. So this is where you write down your debts that you owe. You write down the actual amount that you pay for your debts as well. The next category here, we've got pets and children. I don't have any pets or kids, but I know a lot of you out there do. So they also come with costs such as, food, doggy daycare, grooming, pet sitter, child minder or child sitter, which one is it? Childminders, nursery activities. So that is that category. And then over here, we've got your insurance, because insurance is so important, guys. Literally, insurance is so underrated. You need insurance. And then on the right here, we've got your savings or your investments. I've then got the category for food. So, dining out and groceries. And as we go further down, here on the left, you've got your housing. And then on the right here, we've got gifts and donations, because I think it's actually important to give back. And then on the bottom left here, we've got your personal care category. And then over here, we've got the miscellaneous category. The good thing about this budget template is that you can adjust these categories to suit you. And then all of this is added up in here in the total projected costs, total actual cost, and total difference, which will show you whether or not you have overall overspent or underspent. So now to actually go through my budget with me. So like I mentioned before, this for me is a bi-weekly budget. So I do my budget for 2 weeks at a time. However, you can adjust this. So this budget is going to be for the 2-week period between the 10th and the 24th of August. I know exactly how much I got paid for this particular pay period. So I can skip the projection bit. So I got paid from my main salary $3,198. In terms of extra income, such as like my side hustles or anything, I didn't actually make any extra income from my side hustles in this particular pay period. So starting off with my electricity, I predict that in the next couple of weeks, my electricity bill is probably going to be around $50. And I know you might be thinking that that is so expensive, and it actually is. And the reason why I projected to spend that much over the next 2 weeks is because it is winter. So even though it doesn't get like freezing like it does in England, it still gets quite cold. And my apartment is quite open plan. It means that it also gets cold quite easily and quite quickly. And it also means that it can take ages to heat up. So for my water, last month's bill was about $80. So I project that in the next 2 weeks, I'm probably going to spend about, let's say, $40 worth of water. My internet is $75 a month, which means for the 2 weeks, it's going to be $37.50. My phone, likewise, is $40 a month. So for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be $20. So I don't have any TV cable or anything, or any like subscriptions or any TV subscriptions. I just use like my family's logins for like Amazon and Netflix and all of that stuff. All of these for me are going to be zero. The subtotal is calculated at the bottom. So now we move on to entertainment. So in the next 2 weeks, I do plan on having a night out. This is just me overestimating actually, but I think I'm probably going to spend about $100 or so. Movies, I'm not planning to go to any movies. I'm not planning to go to any concerts. Holidays, I am going on holiday very, very soon, but I've already saved up for that money. So I'm not gonna allocate anything from this particular budget to like holidays. I don't really have like any other like entertainment kind of stuff that I've got lined up for the next 2 weeks. So the rest of this category is gonna be like zero for everything. And then we move on to debts. I don't have any personal loans, but I do have a credit card, and the balance of my credit card that I need to make sure I pay before the due date is actually $249. So that's I'm going to put that in for the credit card. The next category here on the left is transportation. Car payment. I've got a car payment which I pay $177 every 2 weeks. Petrol or diesel. I'm not really planning any big trips anyway at the moment. I've already got quite a lot of petrol in my car already. So I think I'm probably going to spend $80 or so, but I think it's going to be way, way less. For my car insurance, that is zero because I've paid for my car insurance for the whole year. So licensing, etc., I don't have any cost for that. Public transport, I don't take any public transport. And then in the categories, you can also add your own extra car costs. So that's how much I project to spend on my car. Pets/children, I don't have any pets or kids, so this is zero for all of this. For insurance, we've got homeowners or renters insurance. So I pay $18 for my home contents insurance. Health insurance, not paying anything for that. Thank heavens, you know, I live in New Zealand where healthcare is pretty accessible. And my life insurance, I'm paying $20 a month. The next category is food. So for groceries, I budget $180 for every 2 weeks. So which roughly works out about like $90 a week. So for dining out, I've got like one meal booked in with a friend in the next couple of weeks. So I project I'll probably spend about $80 for this. And then the next category is savings and investments. So the minimum amount that I save is $550. And this is the minimum amount, and this adjusts based on whether or not I get paid more or less than I anticipated. For stocks and shares, I'm gonna invest $150. I also have some cryptocurrency, which I put $50 into every 2 weeks. And then gifts and donations, I donate $40 every 2 weeks to like a chosen charity. It changes each month. And then we go on to housing. So my rent is $840 for 2 weeks. Home repairs, I haven't got any home repairs. You know, I rent, so anything that needs to be done, my landlord can go ahead and do that. For taxes, I haven't got any of those, and I don't really have like any extra like home related costs apart from like my rent, water and electricity. And then the next category is personal care. So for my hair, I'm not planning on spending anything on my hair because I'm gonna get my hair done when I go to England soon. Nails, I'm gonna budget $65 to go get my nails done. Clothing, I'm not planning on buying any clothes. I've got like other just like personal care products that I need to get, and I'm just gonna budget $50 for those. Going back to transportation, I do have a couple of parking tickets I will need to pay off, and they're $12 each, so I'm going to allocate $24 to parking. The total projected cost is $2,820, so that's how much I project to spend, and this $2,820 is actually way less than my income, which was $3,198, which means I've got about $300 extra that I have got spare. And whenever I get like, you know, spare money like this, what I do is that I add it to my savings and investments. So I'm gonna come up here and add an extra $100 to my stocks and shares savings, which brings the total up to $2,920. And then I'm gonna also add maybe a $200 to my savings, which brings it up to $3,120. And then any other extras, I'll add more money to my charity fund. I think I'll add probably about $30, making it about $80. So we're at $3,160. Got an extra $38 we've got left, and I'm just gonna add that to my crypto savings. So yes, which now brings the total projected cost to $3,198, which matches my income. So as the next couple of weeks go by, I will then enter into these categories actual cost, about how much I actually spent on each thing. By the end of the 2 weeks, I will have a difference and I'll see if I've overspent or underspent. So guys, yes, thank you so much for coming along on this payday routine with me and for doing my budget with me. I hope that you've managed to take something from this, and like I said, this budget template as well as like other templates are available on my Etsy store. Links to those can be found down in the description box below. So I want you to let me know in the comment section down below, how do you do your budget? Is it different to the way I do? Is it similar? Do you also do like a zero-based budget thing as well? Or do you do something completely different? Anyway, leave your responses down in the comments down below, and please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.